things have not kicked off with the best start. I've been logged in for a little while, I've been running around doing a little bit of mining, a little bit of farming, this sort of thing, and I thought I'll go and do some villager trading and get my emeralds up, and noticed this. I don't know how only some of them are zombie villagers, how the other ones are safe. I think there might be more than one in one of these cells, but I can't tell. So yeah, we've got plans for this episode, but this needs dealing with. For that we need golden apples. Sorry it's a bit loud in here. For that we need golden apples. So I'm just running the farm, holding my looting 3 sword, hoping to get as much gold as I possibly can. But here's a quick rundown of what to expect this episode. We're going to build a forest, we're going to build a wall around that forest, we're going to expand our villager trading hall, we're going to get our villager breeder working properly, and there was something else too. I'm missing an Elytra. I really miss having an Elytra, and I haven't done much in the way of community work or collaborations or anything like that so far. So Rick, link in the description, and I are going to go in busting and get ourselves some Elytra. Let's just check out our shop. We've made some diamonds, our first diamonds from the economy on the server. How cool is that? And I actually really want to visit Rick's place and just see what he's been up to. Man, he's been busy. He's got so much done, and these statues look absolutely amazing. And while we're here, I'm thinking I might just try and play a little prank on him. I don't want anything that's going to mess him up too much, but I wonder if I just like removed a top layer of one of these hills here, maybe that hill up the back. I wonder if it'd even notice if I'd actually done that or not. I mean, I do need the sand as well, so there's definitely something in it for me. But yeah, if I just start removing this, I wonder if it'll even cross his mind that something is different. And actually, this is a lot of work for something that he probably isn't even going to notice that I've removed a single layer. This is the worst prank in history, isn't it? And actually, now that I think about it, not only is this the worst prank in history, the entire history of Minecraft, but in addition to that, I'm kind of stealing directly out of his desert that he populates his shop with, so maybe this wasn't the best prank. Well, that's done. It took longer than expected. Let's see if he even notices. This is so cool. Look at this. Subscribe to Rick if you haven't already. He's just got skills. Talk of the devil. He's just messaged me to say, I think someone messed up your nether tunnel. Okay. Now, I can't get out. It's something is definitely blocking my way. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on, and this purpleness has given me a bit of motion sickness actually. What do I do now? I suppose just start whacking stuff and see if I can dig my way out and hope there's not lava in there. Am I out? Am I out? It looks kind of green. Oh, but it's slime. I told him earlier that I needed some slime, and he How much has he blocked me in by? Oh my god. Thank god it only takes one punch to get through this. Oh, imagine if I'd asked for obsidian, that'd be horrendous. It looks like someone's just sneezed down my nether tunnel. Oh, that sounds like an innuendo, doesn't it? Look at it, it just looks like someone just gone at you. Oh mate. And now we're back over at Rick's base because he says he's got a secret. I just followed him. Yeah, without question really, he just sort of said, can you keep a secret? I said, sure. And here we are. Make sure I close these behind me because that's just respectful. Yeah, I've got no idea what he's going to show me down in this deep dark hole. I'm a little bit worried now, actually. Am I gonna walk into like a trap or something? No, he's just definitely built something. Thing is, he's on the approach to 100 subs, and I wonder if he's going to try and do something special for 100 subs. Well, I suppose we now know where he got all of those slime blocks from. He seems to have a manual slime farm down here. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I'm guessing that this cordoned off area is his top secrets thing with the sign on it that says top secret. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good guess. And whoa. It's a war machine. You shoot this target block and it moves forward, chucks the TNT out, and just bores you a massive tunnel. That's so cool. Have I broken it? I think I might have broken it. Yep, I broke it. I put 2 arrows into it and I broke his machine already. Oh no. Well, now that we've got those slime blocks that Rick so generously gave us after I stole all of his sand and then broke his bore machine, I wanted it so that I could attach it to a sticky piston to an observer up the top, so I could link just this lever here up to the top observer to push it into place, and it should activate the farm. Yeah, there we go. So now I've got to go all the way up there and manually place an observer in every time I want to use this farm. I'm running a little bit low on the old diamonds at the moment, so I'll just come down here to do a bit more strip mining and top those levels up. And that's a good sword, and that's a good helmet. I totally want Feather Falling 4 because at the moment all that I have on these is just Feather Falling 3 and Depth Strider, but I need more levels. And there is just something so satisfying about killing a load of zombies who are trapped in this little cell here, collecting all of their stuff with a golden piece of vegetable. Yay, more diamonds! Even more diamonds! The diamond hunt is going well. And actually I've noticed that some of the mobs that drop down here aren't dying just from the full damage alone, so I'm going to stick some campfires in and hopefully that'll just finish them off, but they should still get the drops picked up afterwards by the hoppers. Alright, it's time to go in busting, and Rick has lent me his spare Elytra and a shulker box full of rockets to get around the end so we don't have to bridge across the void, which is very nice because it reduces the amount that we might die ever so slightly. I mean, we still might die, let's be honest, but I'm hoping, really hoping beyond hope, that I'm not going to die in the end because that would just be embarrassing. And I don't want to lose his Elytra. And honestly, this end portal room that Rick has built is just absolutely amazing. The use of black concrete around the outside and then having the crystals in the middle and the lights on the ceiling, it's amazing. And here we are, first time in the end on this realm, and honestly, I am still terrified of these Endermen. Now, Rick and I were talking to each other, but we weren't recording the audio, so I'm going to have to fill in the blanks as we go. What I can tell you is that throughout this entire process, I was petrified of falling into the void. And we searched for a very long time before we actually came across an end city or an end ship. And we actually ended up splitting up for a little bit and going and just kind of searching out further because all of the end city ships that we did find a bit closer to the portal were raided. But as you can see here, we found one. So while Rick was off elsewhere in a different end city, I was in this one just raiding it for all it was worth. And I was conveniently hit by a shulker that floated me all the way up to the end city ship, so that works out quite well for me. And I made a nice little landing just on the outside and then dug my way in. And there, of course, I found my Elytra. And Rick and I just wanted to get in and get out with the goal in mind, which was to get the Elytra. So I stashed mine away in this ender chest, and Princess was on the call as well. She was just telling us to man up and go and fight the Ender Dragon and go and get more Elytra and raid the end cities, but we just wanted to get out. I'm so pleased that I put everything in my ender chest. And Rick was thousands of blocks away at this point, so I really tried to build a little sign for him and spell out the word Rick just so that he knew where to find me, and it was easy enough when he was flying over. And I don't know how, I don't know when I looked at the Enderman, but I must have looked at an Enderman at some point, and yeah, it just didn't end up going well. I really tried to make this as quickly as I could without getting hit. And yeah, an Enderman got me. Spoiler alert, I end up dead because, yeah, I'm just not apparently a very good Minecraft player. Was it that one that I looked at? I don't know. Look, I even put the eye in, like the dot on the eye, and put a little light on it and that. It was, yeah, it would have been brilliant if I could have actually finished it, but it just wasn't meant to be, apparently. Oh yeah, and somewhere along the way, this happened. But as it turned out, Rick did see my sign and he did make it to my coordinates, so it did kind of work, even though it only said RI. And yeah, he managed to pick up all my stuff and bring it back to me, so I didn't even have to go back to the end, which was amazing. And that's Rick done for the time being, but we did get these materials together because we wanted to get the start of a nether tunnel row going from corruption to honesty. We're not going to do that this episode, but this is the plan further down the line. I don't believe it. I've just cured these zombie villagers and I don't know how they managed to get infected again. There's definitely 2 in one of these slots. And I saw it earlier. I think it's that one. Oh, I'm not entirely sure. Right, I'm going to have to cure them and then run them back around here and pop them back in. Maybe? Or maybe I can just cure them where they are. This is frustrating. I've got to do all of this again. I stuck this roof on in an attempt to try and stop this from happening, but it still happened and I don't quite know how or why. I suppose it's a good opportunity to test out this disposal unit. I know that they're not actually being disposed of, but yeah. Let's run that back around again. Man, this is going to take so long to fix this. I really could have done without this. We're going to have to sort this out somehow. Do you know what? I haven't got the gold at the moment for the golden apples and this is taking so long. I actually had other plans. I really want to get to work on the forest. So I'm going to leave them here and crack on with that. So the first thing that I need to do is take down this wall of trees that Wookiee put here. And we should get ourselves some nice amounts of saplings from this as well. It could take a moment, which isn't the end of the world. I could do with the wood. Yeah, but this needs to go. And the next job is to take down at least 2 of these layers, but possibly more, so it's terraforming time. And of course we need to light everything up, because even during the daytime this is a bit of a mob spawner. Because we've got the roof on our actual mob spawner, which covers this area, yeah, it definitely needs to be well lit up. So I'm going to expand it a little bit, do a bit of terraforming here I think, and just kind of make this more of a cave-like entrance as opposed to just the hole in the wall that it is at the moment. And then I'll extend this grass over the top. So really kind of freestyling this and making it up as I go along. I just know that I want a bit of depth and yeah, a little bit of variation in terms of the block type that we use. I think that stone and polished andesite and cobblestone works quite well together, so I think those are the 3 that I'm going to use for this section. And I'm on the hunt for apples now because I need the golden apples for the villagers, and there's got to be an easier way of doing this. Time for a tree farm. And I'm thinking it doesn't have to be anything special, but I found this sheep which has interrupted my tree farm plan, so I'm just going to work on getting this sheep into the missing slot that currently has the pig in it, because if you remember in the last episode we actually built 3 of the old sheep shearing machines, and we've only populated 2 of them. So yeah, I'm going to try and get him in there, but this tree farm, just to explain, is just going to be like a row of dirt over some flowing water that flows into a hopper and into some chests. So then all I've got to do is chop down the tree, and then I can leave the leaves to disintegrate on their own, and all of the drops, whether that's saplings or sticks or the apples, which is what I'm after at the moment, should just find their way into the hopper. Now I'm hoping that this sheep is just going to go into this hole, not have I lost you, there you are, into this hole nice and easily and not be a pain in the ass like it was the last time, but we shall see. But yeah, I might as well take this opportunity to thank all of the subscribers that are with me so far, and if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, I wouldn't be doing my duty if I didn't say to you, please do subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later if this content really isn't for you, but if you do subscribe, it really helps me out on the channel. So do likes, so do comments. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the episode, of the series as a whole, any advice, suggestions. Let me know what you don't like as well. Let me know what works, what doesn't work. I really want to make this channel more interesting for viewers across the board, so your feedback is definitely the way to do that. But for now, I'm just going to crack on with trying to get this sheep into this hole. I think if I just take out this glass pane here, that might make it a little bit easier. Let's see if we can just get you in here nice and easy. Please go in. Just easy peasy, lemon squeezy, fit in the hole, pleasey. That'd be just really, really nice. I want to get back to this tree farm so I can get the apples to kill my zombie villagers, so I can get all the... Yes! Yes! Oh, that was so much easier than the other lot. Oh, I'm so grateful. Finishing touches of the water flow with a hopper at the end, and... it's working! We've got an apple in our chest down the bottom, so as the leaves disintegrate, this is where everything ends up. Ah, good. Alright, we can cure our villagers now fairly easily. If I just chop down these trees, we'll get more apples, and I can replant the trees. It's a wonderful cycle! So I've been busy. I've expanded our villager trading hall to include several more slots, 18 more actually, so yeah, now we just need to fill them up. And actually the best thing that we can do at the moment is just to kind of complete them. We're not ready to fill them up, so it's just a case of sticking in these signs, which is very repetitive, and then sticking in our fence gates across the top. Yeah, alright, there's more work here to be done before we can fill it up. Let's go ahead and get rid of this horrible temporary roof. It was only there to try and stop them from being zombified, and it didn't work. You failed, roof, so you're coming down. Just expanding this waterway section so that we can have the water flowing all the way across. But I've still got to put in the, I don't know what you call them, the parts where you had to have an additional water source. Don't know what they're called, but they look like this. Well, I don't know what it is. It's not completed, but this is a big structure that someone's working on. I've only come over here for yellow flowers. Oh, yellow flowers. Because I want to make some more yellow concrete powder. But yeah, someone's working on something huge. It's just ginormous. Look in the description. There's links to everybody's channels, and this is someone's. I don't know whose, but it's worth checking out, I think. But we've got our own project to work on, and this one involves placing repeaters. And we do need a roof on this thing, so this should do the job and look quite pretty, I think. And it's been about an hour and a half since my last clip where I was doing all of the trading, and I'm just trying to get a cleric in here, but it doesn't seem to be working. I mean, did he link to that, or am I just being blind? I've got a lot of, yeah, it is him. So yeah, if I destroy this one and then put a brewing stand in, then we should be able to sell all of the rotten flesh that we've got to him and make a load of emeralds. Yeah, it does link to him. It's not very good. No, he doesn't have a hat or anything. Yeah, there we go. 18 for an emerald. I can work with that. And let's just grab ourselves some mending books because, yeah, I want mending on absolutely everything. Especially my Elytra. But I also want Unbreaking 3 on it too. And I've waited ages for these villagers to grow up so that I can open up this bottom hole without them all escaping, because I did that earlier and we've got a nitwit. Not good. That's better. Now Rick and Princess told me that if you use a sticky piston to move a workstation, that will reset the trades instead of deleting the workstation each time. And it is definitely quicker, but it's still taking forever to get to the trade that I actually want, which is Unbreaking 3. But at least I haven't got to break the workstone. What about this one? Yes, Unbreaking 3, finally! And now we can have mending and unbreaking on absolutely everything, so I can really upgrade my gear and be in a much better position to just be able to survive simple encounters with mobs or whatever the case may be, which means that end busting will be a little bit easier and going to the nether will be a little bit easier. All these sorts of things that are just a benefit from having really good enchantments on all of your gear. Now there's obviously going to be room for improvement, but for the most part, as long as I've got mending and unbreaking, I should be okay. And I'm just going to spend some time AFK in here because I need some levels and I need some gold for future projects. So I'm just going to spend a couple of hours here and then see what we get up to when I come back. Not much, it would seem. That is all that we've got time for in this episode. I AFK'd for longer than I expected to, but thank you so much for watching. I've enjoyed making this episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Please do leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Until the next one, I'm out. See ya.